Hello. So today we are going to talk about the problem that the United States has with the lack of accessible and available public transportation. So first, some background information. The main causes of this is urban sprawl, improper city planning or city infrastructure, and then the social reliance on vehicles. Um, Urban sprawl is defined as a pattern of uncontrolled development around the periphery of a city. This started 150 years ago, surrounding New York City as a way for rich people to escape from the noise and the hustle and bustle of the city and move somewhere quieter. Over time, this has just expanded, and furthered our many problems. Um, City planning in the United States is also often not designed to be walkable or bikeable. It is very road centric and relies on vehicles. This creates the even stronger social reliance on individual vehicles. People in the United States are very dependent and we like to drive everywhere because it is our need. We don't like to share rides and use public transportation because it isn't available to us, and we find ourselves needing to drive everywhere. The triple bottom line connections. So, for the environment, more accessible public transportation would decrease carbon emissions. 14% of the annual carbon emissions have been attributed to transportation, with 72% of that being from individual vehicles. So, having a better public transportation system would reduce carbon emissions and reduce that impact on climate change and global warming as well. A better transportation system would also allow more low and middle income people to have more opportunities for work, which would also boost the economy and distribute more wealth. So, for example, people could live in the suburbs but still work in the city, and kind of spread their wealth around those areas. Um, it would also reduce roadway maintenance costs, which costed about an average of $196 billion in the years 2007, 2008, and 2009, um, individually, like per year. Third, for social equity, having a better public transportation system would allow lower income people to have more access to employment and daily necessities. It would also allow this for disabled or older people who may not be able to drive, or anyone who can't drive or doesn't have a car. It would, in general, just allow higher access and higher availability to people who need it. Because the reality is that many people aren't able to access daily necessities like work or school or groceries or food or medical care without a vehicle. So, some proposed solutions. First of all, public transportation is a wicked problem, so we need to approach it with systems thinking that is necessary for complex problems such as this. Um, with that, looking at regulations and conditions for government spending to on transit projects. This would kind of allow more funding to be put towards lower income places and not have all the projects be in wealthy and white areas, which they often are. Another aspect would be city planning and infrastructure, having a focus on the 15-minute city where walkability and bikeability are highly prioritized. This would allow higher accessibility, a lower reliance on transportation. Um, but in general, it is important to design a transportation system that is accessible, available, affordable, and reliable. Many people need to feel confident and safe in the system to provide their ridership. A system needs to be reliable. People need to know that they can kind of be confident in it and feel safe on it as they go about their needs. Here are my reference slides, all my references. And that is all that I have today. So thank you for listening to everything. Bye.